Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Today is a new day. Of course, every day is a new day, but people often forget that as they plod through their daily chores earning their living. But enormous changes can occur in one day, or in an instant. You are free to make choices in every moment, and you do, but they are very often the same choices that you have been making for years, in almost complete unawareness. Become aware of your choices, each and every one of them, and then decide if you would like to maintain them or change them, from which shoe you put on first in the morning to whether you really want another cup of coffee or tea, to whether you want to change jobs, careers, or relationships. So many of your choices have become automatic, and yet your choices determine how adequately or inadequately your lives flow. Make each day new by being aware of each choice you make, from the smallest to the largest. That does not mean just being aware that you have made a choice, but discerning if it is really the best choice you can possibly make in this moment. Drifting through life is what occurs when you do not see all the choices that lie open before you in every moment. But you can become aware of the great variety of choices open to you by practicing discernment in your little choices. Which shoe shall I put on first, and why? Because it leads you into full awareness of what you are doing in each moment, and that enables you to question the wisdom of that particular choice. If you are not accustomed to being so aware of your daily routines in such detail, starting to become aware can seem like a very difficult task, but, with practice, as with all things, it becomes easier and then natural. It is a case of being present in every moment, so as you raise a cup of tea to your lips, you are aware of choosing to lift it so that you may take a refreshing sip, and then enjoy the sip, and then, with awareness, putting the cup down again. That kind of awareness of each moment has incredible healing power. Once you have dressed in the morning, very frequently your awareness of your body and how it is functioning for you slips from view, unless you are sick or in pain, and yet it is constantly collecting information that can assist you in living more fluidly, more consciously, and thus getting far more from life than you normally do. That is the purpose of the saying, take time to smell the roses. Too much of life goes by in a whirling rush, leaving you tired and exhausted at the day's end. That need not be, because, being fully aware, living each moment as it arrives, reduces your levels of stress and the amount of energy that you need to expend in the business of daily living. In fact, by choosing to be aware, you allow yourselves to open to the endless and abundant field of energy, love, in which you have your eternal existence. You are pure energy, love, but have chosen to restrict your awareness of and engagement with that natural state by enclosing yourselves in human bodies. By doing so, you do offer yourselves great opportunities to learn lessons that you chose to experience before you incarnated, but the downside is that the illusion seems to grab hold of you by its seemingly powerful vision, a world of change, variety, enticements, and, of course, survival issues, and suffering, thus hiding from you or closing off your access to your true and divine nature. And that is why it is absolutely essential that you take the time daily to go within, to your holy inner sanctuary, where access to the spiritual realms, to your guides and mentors, and to your true self are constantly available, when you quieten the flow of distracting thoughts and anxieties with which the illusion is endlessly presenting you. Go within, every day, be at peace, and relax into the energy field of pure love that envelopes you. As you have been told so often, love is your nature, it is reality, and you are, as you struggle with the vagaries of daily living, mostly unaware that this could be so, let alone aware that it is so. The essential daily visits, or pilgrimages you make to your inner sanctuary, help you to break down the barriers or dissolve the veils that hide reality from you. When you get glimpses of what is possible, absolutely possible because it is reality, all that exists, you are uplifted, inspired, and encouraged to focus your attention on your spiritual calling. And you all have a spiritual calling, it is your reason and intent for being on earth, which by that very intention eases your path through the illusion. This will not necessarily happen physically, because many of the events or situations you encounter are lessons that you have chosen, waiting for you to encounter them and learn from them, but it will happen spiritually and emotionally by assisting you to accept, moment by moment, what life offers you in the knowing that nothing is accidental, that everything occurring has a divine purpose. What that purpose is frequently unclear, but if you just accept and deal with it and, please, ask me, or your favorite saint or spiritual guide for assistance with whatever arises, you will find yourselves living more peacefully and more contentedly. Yes, even in what may appear to be the direst of circumstances you can find peace and contentment. Most of you have met people who despite unenviable circumstances are happy and contented, and who demonstrate an inspiring example of living powerfully and lovingly in the moment. You may have wondered why such a loving and indeed wonderful person should be in such an unfavorable situation? Well, maybe, it is to show others how effective it is to surrender to the situation, whatever it may be, and trust in the field of love that always envelopes you, and then allow it to actually embrace you. If and when you do practice acceptance of the now moment as it occurs, you will be amazed and uplifted. Try it. That is what we in the spiritual realms are constantly encouraging you to do. It has to be done wholeheartedly, not grudgingly, resentfully. Why on earth is this happening to me, or with conditions? If this doesn't work, then I'm done with acceptance. Acceptance of what is has to be unconditional in the same way that God's love and acceptance of everyone is unconditional. Reality is unconditional. And that is because there is no need for conditions. In reality, all is in perfect and utterly conflict-free harmony. Any other state would be unreal. Just remind yourselves daily, regardless of how you feel emotionally and regardless of how dire your circumstances may be, that you are a beloved child of God, taken supreme care of in every moment, and turn to Him with an open heart so that He may fill it with His love for you. When you do this with faith, and with acceptance of life as it is flowing for you in this now moment, you will feel the love, and you will be uplifted. A knowing will grow within you that you are and never can be alone, because there is only the One, there is no separation. In that knowing you can allow all doubts, all self-doubts, and all perceptions of unworthiness to fall away, to be replaced by a positive and powerful sense of self-acceptance in the absolute knowing that you are and always will be a beloved child of God. As must be coming apparent, there is only love. Anything that is not in alignment with love is unreal, illusory, and may be freely released. When you take that step, peace and contentment replace doubts and anxieties. Trusting in God works. The problem is most people do not trust, they expect that it will not work, and what you focus on, not totally trusting in God, is what you experience, distrust and disappointment. Call on me, at any time, and in any situation, and I will help you to trust. Your loving brother, Jesus.